That is my phone. Absolutely, that's my phone. Yes, that is my phone. Thank you. Uh-huh. Do you want my phone? You know what? You can have my phone if it keeps you occupied for just a few minutes. The few minutes that it's going to take me to do this. Bless you. Thank you. That was my hand. I'm going to have to go wash it now. Can I get that hair others on your nose? There you go. Alright, how about some Baby Shark? And let's pin this app so you can't do anything crazy. I am starving, actually. Okay, can you give me about 5 minutes? Because I don't think it's going to take too much longer. Boom. Look at that. He got... I know, yes. That's so cool, right? Alright. And there she goes. Okay. So let's get into this super quick. Long jumps. I've got... Make sure all this is working. Perfect. Okay. So I'm going to briefly cover manually putting in long jumps, and then we'll go into pause buffers. As you can see, this is why I don't stream often during the morning hours and afternoon, early afternoon. But anyways, we're going to try to push through with it. I'm going to do my best to try to keep the noise down to a minimum here. So, anywho, we're going to go to Duckburg because this is a great place to actually practice your long jumps. There's very minimum enemies to really mess with you. You have a nice beginning platform where you can really practice this. So I recommend going here. When you're doing your pause buffers, obviously you're going to want Mexico to actually like see the results of your practice, so to say. But for now, Duckburg is perfect. So obviously for long jumps, you're going to need to slide. As you can see, my jump is configured to X. I am playing on a PS4 pad, so this does translate well over to a Genesis pad, but more than likely, if you're playing on a 3 or 6 button controller, you are using claw grip. That is highly recommended. If you're not using claw grip, hats off to you, you magnificent beast you. But anywho, I have dash set to R1 here. You will see that dash is being held down the entire time, as indicated by my R1 being purple. What's up, Alex? Yep, just doing a real quick tutorial, not doing any runs today. So, to do a long jump, and I haven't done one yet this morning, so it's probably going to be a little raw, you're going to be sliding, preferably the direction you're going, which is typically right in this game. And you're going to just basically do your best to mash out a jump. The problem with mashing, though, is that when you do get a long jump, you need to hold jump, or else you're not going to get the height and distance that you want. Which is why you'll basically see when I fail to get a long jump out, I just continue sliding and slide right into an enemy. That's typically not what I'm looking for. It's just that the long jump didn't come out. This is a really tight trick to do. So what it is basically we're going to switch from a slide to pressing the direction we want, as you can see on the input, and then immediately back to down. You can do up as well, but it's just not recommended, because usually when you land, you're going to be going right back into a slide, so you might as well already be, on down instead of going from up to down, because sometimes up, just like right there, can actually face you left. It happens. It happens. See if I can get it again here. I'm watching my left input here just to make sure I haven't tapped it. Well, anywho, don't worry about that. That's not important. So, you're going to be doing a slide, and you're going to just do a jump on the same frame that you have switched to right, and then switch immediately right back to down. And if you get the timing, you will get your long jump. That there was not a long jump, and this is what I was talking about, not getting the jump to come out. It is a very difficult trick. It will take you a good while to learn it and get it down. That there was a jump without the long jump. Same thing there. You can also do this trick to the left. It's just a little bit trickier. That there. That's what you're looking for. Both of those right there worked. As you can see, I just tried to mash out a long jump there and got nothing. That was not one. So if you're watching the input, which is what I hope you're doing, you will see just how briefly we're actually touching right there. We're trying to hit right, jump, and I include shoot at the same time because there's no reason not to really shoot a plunger in this game unless you're going for a pacifist, which, again, hats off to you if you're doing that one. Yeah, but I mean, that's it right there. You're either going to get it or you're not going to get it. There's two things that can happen if you don't. Well, I guess three things that can happen, but the third one's pretty rare. You're either going to keep sliding like that, and typically that's one of the worst things that can happen, because depending on where you're trying to get the long jump to come out, you will either go off of a platform, slide into enemies. You'll basically end up places that you don't really want to be, like stuck against a wall, etc. Like, if I was trying to get a long jump over this block and I didn't get my jump there, I'm just going to slide right up against it, which is never a time save. So, again, I recommend coming here. You have plenty of nice, easy space to practice your mashing. You don't got to worry about, like, a cactus getting in your way, bats in Transylvania, a close Pete. You know, you have a nice platform here to just mash away, get your jumps. This is the harder one. Manually getting a long jump to come out is admittedly the harder jump. Now, pause buffering is a little different. Pause buffering gets rid of the need to, you know, quickly hit right and switch back to down. However, something to keep in mind is when you are doing the pause buffering, you can't still have down being held, because you need to have Donald actively coming out of the slide. And if you accidentally hit jump and start while you still have down being held primarily, you will just get another slide, and that's never what you want. So my start is mapped to my circle here. So what I'm going to be doing is, as you see, I'm just trying to press jump and pause at the same time. And to make sure I have the timing, I can do it right here. And as long as my timing is right, Donald will do a little jump when I come off of it. Now, one of the big tricks to learn with this one is, see how I have now switched to down? You need to unpause the game while still holding X, or jump. It's pretty easy to forget that, because what will happen is, let me see if I can do it. You can get the long jump, but you won't get any distance or height out of it if you don't hold jump while you're coming out of the pause menu. So again, it's a slide. This is a really easy one. I highly recommend that you start with pause buffers. Slide, hold right. We'll walk through it here one more time. Slide, hold the direction you want to go, pause and jump at the same time. Holding jump and down, or even up in this matter, does work too. You can just let go of, keep holding jump, and then just slide your thumb or whatever foot. I don't know. Whatever your control scheme is, hold jump, and that actually didn't work. Release start, or unpause, and just keep holding the direction you want to go, or excuse me, keep holding down or up. I prefer down, and unpause the game. It's really simple. It just takes a little bit of muscle memory to get used to doing this. And your time save really with pause buffered long jumps comes down to how fast you can do all of that while unpausing the game. You can get it pretty quick. It actually is nearly negligible. I'm going to stop using big words here. It's way too early in the morning for that. The difference is asinine. Like, there isn't one. Like, you can literally do long jumps and it will still be faster than just not doing the jump at all. Or you can actually even get it to the point where it's just as fast as doing them manually. It's pretty consistent. Just things that you have to watch out for when you are doing pause buffering is sliding too far off of platforms. I'm trying to duplicate that right here. If you go too far, you will not be able to get the jump because Donald's, not on the platform anymore. So right there, we're going to use these trash cans. See how still on the platform, you can do it that way. This works left and right. That there, I'm glad that came out. That is, if you mistime your button press and you press jump too early, you will actually, just like right here, you will not get your long jump. So that's some of the things that can happen wrong with pause buffering. Typically, if you're trying to pause buffer long jump and it's not working, you're either not pressing pause and jump at the same time, or you are trying to be a little too quick with it and you're not pressing right or the right or left solely when you press the button. Like, for instance, if you press it while you're still sliding and you think you've gone to right or left, but you actually did the direction change in the pause menu, it's not going to register. So I definitely try to, let's say we want to slide like right here at the end of this door. I try to definitely be off of down or up, or excuse me, off of sliding, confirm that my finger is on the direction, and then press jump and pause. This is way easier than manually doing the jumps. As you can see, probably 9 out of 10 times I'm gonna get these to work. It's really consistent, and once you're getting consistent with that jump, then really the fastest way to speed it up then would just be working on holding jump while unpausing the game. So that's something to work on if you're focused on long jumps. It's recommended to just do the pause buffers until you are ready to learn the manual ones, because every spot where you would manually put them in, you don't. There's no reason that you couldn't pause buffer it. Just going for the unpaused ones is just slightly faster, but as you can see, as quick as you can unpause the game, it's not that much faster. And honestly, when you're trying to push your time down at the start of runs, consistency is a huge thing. So, anywho, I feel like that should cover it. If you have any questions about long jumping, feel free to hit me up. It all comes down to practice. Just put in the time, get the grind down, and before you know it, you'll still be only adequate at it. I mean, long jumps are what they are. It's a really strange input. It's really tight, but when you get them to work, it's awesome, and it's definitely the fastest way besides sliding in this game to move. So, anywho, Yep, that's it. I'll get this all trimmed up and posted. So y'all have a good morning. Y'all take care.